How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Karis. You're watching You Don't Scare Me. We're going to be debunking some ghost videos like we usually do, but here on my side of the channel, Fridays and Mondays, I like to introduce myself to you. My name is Karis. I like cool stuff, and I want to show you the cool stuff that I own so that you get an idea of who I am and that we can form a good relationship. So, you guys already know that I like Star Wars. I've shown you my Star Wars figures in the past, some of them at least. I just brought the rest of them from storage, and oh my god, there's a lot of them. The other thing I like is Fallout. I love Fallout. I'm really excited on the 23rd of this, like probably a couple days ago, actually, at this point. There was a live stream. Hopefully some really cool stuff was announced at the time, but I'm speaking to you from the past, so I don't know what's happening. To blend those two things together, a really big fan, or I'm a really big fan of Magic the Gathering as well. Obviously, Magic's kind of gone a little bit downhill, but when they announced the Fallout, I couldn't help myself. Okay, I bought everything. I went on eBay and I was buying new cards. I have the decks. I just keep them up here because I don't really have a better space for them. But I have, at least for Fallout, Caesar's Legion. I can't say that one. Channel. Caesar's Legion, Fallout New Vegas, fantastic. I believe the yellow. What did I do? The yellow one. Veronica, the scribe, she's from Fallout New Vegas. Fantastic. Yeah, you can get her all the way up at the and was it the NCR Ranger station? There's the pit from Fallout 3's DLC, which is awesome. Single combat, it's Cat, it's Fallout 4. 3 a 52 card pickup. Hold please. I'm using the eye contact, so that may have looked a little goofy, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I picked them all up. That is very unfortunate. There's 3 Dog from Fallout 3, which is what I was trying to say. Anyways, I love me some Magic the Gathering. I have a lot of decks. One of my favorite decks, I built an Angel deck. I had a lot of fun playing that one. My buddy used to play with slivers, and if you know Magic the Gathering, you know slivers are. Sorry, I'm just putting them all down there. If you know anything about Magic the Gathering, you know that slivers are the bane of your existence. Bane of my existence. My buddy was really sweat picking those up. I got to get back into working out, as if I've ever worked out in my life. Yeah. So anyway, I built some decks to combat that. One of them was my Ulamog of Ceaseless Hunger deck, which is specifically designed to mill through his cards so he can't bring his Sliver Queen out. You know what you did. Anyway, yeah. So this was a promotion. This is the cool thing I own this week. This was a promotion that you had to go in person to one of the launches of the Fallout Magic the Gathering launch parties, and you'll get this little promo here. This is the War Room. I own 5 of them because I got one from the promotion and I wasn't too happy with the condition of it, so I went on eBay and I tried to buy a whole bunch of them, as many of them as I could, so that I can get one that was in really good condition. I think this one is the one that I'm most proud of. This is the cleanest, cuttest, the most straight cut. And I got the Japanese one on the back because Japanese, or whatever that language is, I'm pretty sure that's Japanese. Yeah, it's 100% Japanese. Yeah, I don't know. I love it. It's amazing. There's so many cool things. If you guys are in the States, you know, you've already gotten the Jones soda. They have a Sunset Sarsaparilla. They have a Nuka-Cola Grape. They have a Nuka-Cola Victory, and they have a Nuka-Cola Quantum. I have a friend, my buddy who has this liver deck, managed to get me a Nuka-Cola Quantum and a Nuka-Cola Grape, which is amazing. And then Costco's doing a variety pack of 12, where it's 4 Grape, 4 Sunset Sarsaparilla, and 4 Nuka-Cola Quantums. And I desperately want it, but it's only available in the States, so I have to figure out a way to go down there and get them because we can't get them here in Canada. The only one I was able to get was Nuka-Cola Victory, which they sold at Dollar Tree, so I bought like 12 of them. But anyways. You're not here for that. You're here for ghost videos. And 52 card pickup, apparently. So without further ado, I've got my coffee. It's not in the normal mug because that normal mug is filthy. And I need my coffee now, and I wasn't willing to wash my mug to get it. So let's get into these ghost videos and drink some coffee. And away we go.
Night Terror. On October the 16th of 2025, something terrifying happened that left a mother deeply worried about her daughter. Her daughter often suffers from night terrors, waking up in the
That was a guttural cry.
around, screaming in
She's not happy. Holy.
Has tried everything to comfort her by keeping the lights on, leaving the door open, and staying with her, but no matter what she tries, nothing seems to work. Recently, she started recording the episodes to show her doctor.
And give me some advice
to
about
get
that.
a better idea of the situation. Late one night, her daughter's night terror begins, and she starts to record. What she captures is downright terrifying. Watch closely.
Kid. Is she having sleep paralysis, or is she actually like? The audio just cut out.
Scared?
I'm confused.
Are we scared, baby?
So what are you zooming in on? You're trying to understand. I feel for you. I personally suffer from night terrors. Mine are a little bit different than that. I don't wake up experiencing extreme terror or anything. That door closing on. So
okay.
That's definitely not going to help.
See, the vent pushes the door. You're fine, okay?
Good. It's good parenting.
Good girl?
It's just the AC.
If you're scared, just remember, baby Lenny's your mommy.
There's no such thing as ghosts. It's interesting. It looks like daytime coming through that window there.
It's gonna be okay. Let's go to bed.
I guess it's just a night light. So what is the terror we're about to experience? Is it an answer to her night terrors?
Sweetie, are you afraid
She's staring in the window, eh? Okay, so there's... Okay. So we're starting to understand what's causing her terrors. Oof. Okay.
The daughter can be seen.
All right. Let's talk about this a little bit. So, yeah, I suffer from night terrors myself. Obviously, as a grown person, I have a little bit more understanding of that. Something that helps me when I'm going to sleep. And usually, what will happen is that about 30 minutes into my sleep, I will wake up and I'll have like a little bit of like I would say like a hypnosis, or not hypnosis, what do you call it? Hallucination of something that's in my room, and it startles me, and then I will obviously act out or whatever. My brother has obviously night terrors as well in a different way. Sometimes he has sleep paralysis. Something that's helped me is identifying things in the room that are abnormal. Typically with myself, at least, when the room does not change, when this environment doesn't change, there's no new toys or no new jackets hanging on a sweater or on the back of a chair or something like that, I don't typically have any issues. When I'm sleeping in new places like hotels or a friend's house or something like that, I tend to be a little bit more prone to night terrors. And so something that's helped me dramatically improve that is wearing a sleep mask when I go to bed. That way, when I do wake up in the middle of the night, I don't see anything per se. It does help me quite a bit. Melatonin is something that doesn't work on me. It does work on me, sorry. Melatonin works on me extremely well to the point where it will knock me out for like an entire day. I'm not totally sure if that's exactly what it is, but the last time I took it, I had such a bad experience that I'm never taking it again. Magnesium also helps with that, keeping them asleep. And then, yeah, just changing things in your environment, a nightlight might help your child, or in this case, a priest. Because there's obviously something else going on here. But yeah, what I mean to say is that there tends to be an ample explanation for exactly what's happening. And for me, it's, to be determined. I'm going to a sleep clinic in January to start figuring out this whole thing out. But for me, as my stress levels increase, I'm more prone to experiencing night terrors. I haven't had one in a little while, which is fantastic, but I also sleep with a mask on and a fan on, which helps a lot. But hopefully she's not in this for forever, because that is a terrible thing. The way that she was crying is just, it's so visceral. To hear a child crying like that, you should do something about the environment. The blinds closing, I would be very remiss to see or to find out that this parent is pulling this for views on her channel, and that would be terrible. Just because, like, you're obviously traumatizing your child at this point. and you shouldn't be doing that for obvious reasons. So if the blinds closing was something to the effect of like a ghost or something had interacted with the blinds, that's one thing. But in this case, if I were to stage this, it would be such a terrible thing to do to your child. But if I were to stage this, and you're not outside the realm of possibility that the people have stages or this is staged, in that case, there's a blind. The blinds have a quick release function so that you could rapidly, you don't have to sit there and twist them all that time. If you pull it to the side, it unlocks, and then you let go and it clicks and the blinds will shut. The blinds just happen to drop at that time. If there was no direction and this is genuine, that's a very unfortunate circumstance. Always say a very unfortunate coincidence to happen. And feel free, kid. That sucks. Let's keep watching. Let's check out the next one.
It's okay.
Afterwards, she noticed.
I'd like to point out that whisper, it repeats itself perfectly. That whisper, to me, it appears to be added in post because the clip sounds identical both times. There's no inflection, there's no change in it. It even starts and clicks the same way.
She just said that to not scare her daughter.
So the AC was not on when the door closed.
Furthermore, that's not an air conditioning vent, that's an air intake vent. The air conditioning comes from the roof.
And you can hear it.
And I might be incorrect. That seems to be reversed. The air is going through the roof, is being sucked up to the roof, which can cause the door to close on its own.
Her blinds do not have any remote or electronics. We just open them.
Oh, they wouldn't. No.
So I could show you. You have to be physically standing by the blinds in order to close them like this. There is no wires or anything like that. There's no way this could be battery powered or anything. They just close.
Yeah.
So all four of them closed.
Yeah.
At the exact
that's a good point.
There's no way that's possible because you have to touch it.
That's a great point.
Like that.
She shows that
that's pretty credible. I'll be completely honest with you. I very much appreciate the fact that you went to the trouble of pointing that out because I was completely wrong. These blinds do not have a quick release function. This is an interesting one. I think Nick would get a kick out of this one. I feel like he'd have some things to say and he'd probably just say it's bullshit. But I'm not about that. I'm a little bit more open to these kind of things. And I can tell you right now, with no quick release and the fact that the blinds are independent, they all move independently, it would take a pretty good understanding of physics or even like setting up a tool to do that, to get them all to close at the exact same time. And I don't think that's something that this person has done. This is a genuinely interesting situation. I'm going to I'm going to check out more of her videos because clearly something interesting is happening here and it's worth covering. So cool. Let's keep watching. I'll probably end up cutting out a bit of this here and there just to make the video a little bit shorter. Yeah, this is certainly an interesting one. I'm gonna say I would put this one on the top 100 list for 2025.
Blinds have to physically be closed one at a time up close, and the AC wasn't on to affect the door. So just how did the door close on its own and the blinds all slam shut simultaneously? It's clear that the girl saw something.
I think I saw something, and it might explain what's going on here. And let's take a closer look, just to be on the safe side. I'm fairly certain I know. I just figured out how she did that. I'm fairly certain I just figured the whole thing out. So let's see if I'm right. Okay, it's going to be a little weird, but this is kind of what I was looking at. So when the blind snapped, it seemed weirdly fast, and it seemed like there may have been like a skip. And I know it's like it's really hard to notice at first. So I've got it in DaVinci Resolve right now, and I'm going frame by frame. I just want to point out. Oops, I need to get way over here. I want to point out like the frame rate. Every time I'm going to point my finger. This is every time I go for a frame. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can see the scene shift, right? Very slowly. That's frame rate. All right. So the way the cameras record is they're basically taking rapid photos over time. And so when you see this and you start to move forward, you can observe, like, take a look at the blinds right here. Okay, you can see there's like a parallax. There's an extra little like reflection on the bottom of the blinds. If you keep going forward frame by frame, there's a point where that disappears. The blinds change position, right? So you can say maybe the blinds are already closing at this point, which could be something, but this looks like an overlay. This looks like a transition between two videos, right? And if we look at it objectively, we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's one frame, okay? So frame, 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 frame. But there's 3 frames there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 frames of perfect stillness there, which doesn't make sense because every single other frame, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean? Like there are enough frames there where this shouldn't have happened. But for some reason, right here, it seems like the scene shifts. It'd be really difficult to key that in, but also how still the frame gets and how rapidly the blinds close. If you watch it, it seems like the middle two start moving. There's like an overlap, which seems to be a second video playing on top of it. And then boom, within the matter of one frame, that much has changed. The next frame and the next frame. So the blinds closing is within 3 frames. And then there's this weird shadow after all the frames have closed, where now the blinds are closed. So here's what I think is going on here. These are 2 different videos, and she has done something to, I don't know, maybe she did tie them all together and made it so that she could pull them closed all at the exact same time. The thing that's interesting about this is the lighting doesn't change. It looks genuine, but when you slow it down, it just looks weird. If I had to argue a point, I'd say at this junction right here, she's in the room filming live as she's walking up with her child. And when she's looking at her kid, maybe there's like a cut or something where she changes the video. Maybe she's walking up with her, it might be right there actually. There's a cut there. It's weird. Is this a picture maybe? Did she? No, everything sort of changes in view. There's something dubious going on right here. This is a pretty big jump. There's some missing frames in this little section here. And then we go forward. I'm surmising the fact that her child is no longer in the shot. This is a separate video. So she's panning up rapidly. Maybe the original video, her kid was genuinely scared and she didn't know, she's like, whatever. The lighting doesn't change. So maybe the environment doesn't change much, but at some point she transitioned from the video of her kid to a video where her kid was not there. Here, this is where the cut is. And then as she starts to pan forward more, this is a separate video, right? She's panning around the room and may have this set up on a tripod, basically, when she like pans it up and sets it down. It might be on a tripod and there might be a still frame. And then she's artificially adding like some sort of tracking to it to make it seem like she's still holding the camera. And then at which point she's able to do, to basically cut out that window frame and maybe overlay something on top of it. I see some like artifacts of light as the the drop off from the ceiling lamp there, and it does seem to clip over it, but there's like this weird haze over everything right here. It's almost like there's 2 windows. You can see the effect up here where like there's a bit of compression, and right here you can see it's almost like she's overlaid a separate video on top of it where maybe somebody's closing the blinds. It's interesting too, because like maybe the person who's operating the blinds is over here, but how would you close all four of them at the exact same time? But this particular scene right here, where you see all the shadows on all the windows and everything like that, there's a lot of like compression and stuff on here too. With just the snappiness of this video, it's almost like it was filmed in 60 frames, or stop motion. There's a possibility she's using stop motion here. Maybe she's got her tripod set up. That's how I would do it. That's probably what she did. She has her tripod set up. She's got a camera pointed at the window, and she's taking a picture. And then she goes forward, moves the blinds a bit, takes a picture, moves forward, moves the blinds a bit, takes a picture, keeps doing that, and then just like bop, 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 overlays that, and then does a smooth cut over it, and then just like that, yells. There's a weird cut here too. Missing frames. But I can't tell if her kid is still there unless that's her kid there. You know, that kind of looks like her kid, because I'm pretty sure her kid was wearing pink pajamas. Oh no, that wasn't even her kid. That was the wall. But her kid might. No, her kid's right there. Okay. It's cool. It's an interesting setup, but there does seem something deliberately being done here to manipulate this. I know for a fact that's the case because ghosts don't exist. But it's hard for me to exactly figure out what is happening here because of my lack of understanding. That's pretty much it. I know this took a little bit longer to cut into, but you see what I mean? There's just something a little strange going on there. I'm still willing to put this in the top 100. I still think it's a really cool video, but there's just something not quite right going on, if you know what I mean.
Something there that was scaring her before it happened. After witnessing this, she is fairly convinced something is haunting this house, and is actually what is responsible for her daughter's night terrors. So she has arranged to move out immediately. But the question remains, just what caused these night terrors? And is it the same thing that slammed the blinds? The fact that she had night terrors and then this happened after 3 a.m. is strange enough on its own.
Of course it happens after 3 a.m. Everything happens after 3 a.m. apparently. It's the witching hour.
Just moved in. In this next video, a man just recently moved into a new apartment somewhere in France. And as he arrives one day, he plans to make a video tour to show his friends when all of a sudden, he has a strange and creepy encounter with his neighbor.
Là où j'habite.
What led you to start filming, walking up and opening the door?
Je l'avais pas vu. Pardon, je suis désolé. Je suis votre nouveau voisin. J'ai emménagé avant-hier. Du coup, bah, enchanté.
Tu sens ce malaise?
Ça va, monsieur?
I might just have a bit of a...
Ça va?
Might be a bit slow.
Ne dis rien.
Bah... Si vous avez besoin de quoi que ce soit... vous me dites, hein, vous frappez, pas de soucis.
Regarde les doigts. Ça veut dire un truc?
Ça va, monsieur?
Was he suggesting that...
Bon. Bah, bonne journée, du coup.
As he
I'm not totally sure what's happening here.
And greets him, but the neighbor doesn't respond at all, and just
okay, yeah, so that was a voiceover.
Strange manner. After some research, he discovers
yeah, he's probably just got mental health issues as an elderly man,
and believes his current neighbor might be crazy. On another night, while arriving home, he finds the neighbor's door wide open for a second time, and decides to record it when this happens.
I would do a wellness check. Call the police, local police department, and ask them to do a wellness check on this gentleman. He's obviously an elderly man. He's obviously senile. He has maybe dementia, and his caretaker or whoever's in charge of helping him is not presently there, and so yeah, dementia is likely what we're looking at here.
Oh la fuck.
Okay. Yeah, so the man, yeah. So the man's probably got dementia, and he heard the person outside and slammed the door because, you know, he's got issues.
Slams shut right.
I wouldn't necessarily consider this a supernatural thing or a ghost video in any way, shape, or form. I just see an elderly man with declining cognitive functions, and a person who's taking advantage of that for views, unfortunately.
He encounters one of the upstairs neighbors and decides to ask him about the man.
Bonjour. Vous habitez l'immeuble? Excusez-moi, je suis votre voisin, en fait, je suis du rez-de-chaussée. Si je peux vous parler 2 minutes, c'est par rapport à mon voisin de palier, là.
Ah ouais, le fou un peu.
Ouais. Ouais. Pourquoi vous dites ça? Vous avez déjà vu des trucs?
Non, mais je sais pas, il est un peu bizarre, pour le peu de fou.
Mais genre, vous avez vu quoi?
Je sais pas, il a l'air un peu possédé et tout, mais...
Possédé?
Ouais, je sais pas, c'est bizarre.
The other neighbor believes he is possessed, and that's why he is strange.
I believe that might be a little bit of like a misinterpretation of what exactly he's saying. Possessed being a demonic possession, not as much as just something is possessing his mind, which could be dementia in this case. Again, in the absence of understanding, people will often like attach their own beliefs to it, and in this case, they've put the yeah. Hang on a second. My credit started rolling halfway through that. Yeah, with the absence of understanding, people will often put their own beliefs to it, and if your belief is demonic possession, that's what you're going to assume. But in a scientific perspective, in a modern perspective, with the absence of religion, we're looking at a gentleman who has decreasing cognitive functions and is acting in strange ways. It's out of the norm because his brain is degenerating, essentially, with a dementia. I would be very certain to say that that's exactly what's happening here. And now, unfortunately, we have somebody who's gained some notoriety or some popularity online regarding his video filming of this gentleman, and is now taking advantage of an elderly man's disability to garner more views and to get more popular online, or even potentially improve his monetary position by selling ad revenue or something like that on his channel. It's abusive. It's elder abuse, in my opinion. And if you're concerned about something like this, you should contact the local police department for a wellness check. And more times than I would care to mention, I'm sure that person has had previous encounters with that police force, and they're well aware of him and know how to handle that particular situation. So you should never.
After stopping the video,
I mean, it's certainly strange.
5 minutes before it stopped.
It is certainly strange. But I wouldn't have posted this to YouTube. I would have contacted the authorities. This is abusive. This unfortunate gentleman.
Towards something at 4 a.m. and captures this.
And see, now he's like enhancing the situation. He's already set up an ARG with the people. People are watching his channel and they're surmising things. And he's sort of like feeding into that, and he's creating this whole narrative. And that's increasing the poltergeist activity. Let's say the ghost activity, which we see a lot. And now you're yelling at 4 a.m., brother. You're not a very good house guy. They say the other guy's crazy, and you're the one yelling at 4 a.m. Brother, it is 4 a.m.
Scratching sound can be heard outside his door, even catching his dog's attention. But right after he shouts and opens the door to the lobby, there's nobody there. Whether this man is possessed or there's something more to it.
You've had an interesting situation where you've encountered a man who's clearly has some issues, and you've taken advantage of that, and then you've continued to increase the narrative, and you've continued to imply things that aren't necessarily true, to garner a proper following instead of doing what's better, and that's helping the person who's in trouble. I find it very discouraging watching videos like this where you see like kids who are walking in the forest and they hear a scream and they wait to tell their mother, wait to tell their parents. And in those situations, like, yeah, you might aspire, you might attribute it to a paranormal experience. Maybe there's a ghost or a banshee or something like that. But this is what I'm talking about. When you have a situation like this, the first thing you do is contact the authorities, because they will know what to do and they will be able to respond to it. If it's nothing, it's nothing. Okay. And you've lost nothing. Okay. If it's something, you're helping somebody in danger. You're helping somebody who's in need of help. And instead, what you're doing is you're attributing this to a demonic possession or a supernatural possession or a supernatural experience. And doing that is absolving you of your responsibility to help your neighbor. And that's deplorable. I'm disappointed in you.
The window.
Sorry.
A woman named Tara was resting in her room late one night when all of a sudden she heard a weird noise coming from the bathroom. So she goes to check it out. This is what she captured.
Please don't tell me that's part of the video. Well, that's curious.
I don't remember fucking opening that.
What? We're talking about the blinds? All right. So the window's open. And we have, what, fabric blinds? Oh, there's fingerprints on the window. Maybe somebody was pulling on the... those fingerprints are on the inside of the window, lady. Chill. Also, when you're done with your toilet, put the seat down. Those fingerprints are on the inside of the glass, I'm pretty sure.
What? Honestly,
Lock your window. You've got a window that's apparently open on the ground floor and air that's going through. Maybe something's gonna hit the window.
It's on the outside. It's on the outside. Fuck! I'm scared.
Set of coffee.
I'm fucking terrified. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Understandable. If you're agitated, that's understandable. Your window is open, which means somebody has grabbed the center string and from the outside and is pulling on it. That could be a friend of yours who's gone outside to do that. It could also be air pressure. If the air pressure is sucking through the curtain and the center of that curtain is reinforced, then the pressure is being centered around that centerpiece.
So it's not just like someone could be outside.
Yeah, I mean, also bear in mind that when you open that window, you do have access to that point. So if you had like reached your hand out and put your hand on the outside,
be seen standing behind her
Sure.
by the bathroom door. But when she turns around and leaves, there doesn't appear to be anyone there or anything.
halfway through the video, and I'm out of coffee already.
Shadow figure. So just
Maybe I'm done.
is
Is that the end?
get inside her house.
Oh my god, I've been recording for over 30 minutes. Let's end it there. Sorry, I didn't realize I had been rambling that long. This is over 30 minutes, so I guess we're done. Hey, if you like what we do here, consider hitting that subscribe button, consider hitting the like button. If you have any suggestions for future content, yeah, just drop them in the comments down below. We do read them all. Nick responds to most of them, and if he thinks I need to respond to one or look at one, he'll let me know. Yeah, it's certainly an interesting collection of videos we just reviewed, and I hope you found it eye-opening or at least gained something from it. If you think I'm an idiot, comment it down below. That's the same basic print or thing. I don't know. I never know how to end these things, so maybe I'll just do it on right now. Peace.